you're a die-hard fan or just love a good party, the big game is a great excuse to get together for fun and football. And because the game's happening in New Orleans, we thought some Cajun-inspired recipes were in order. Joining me now are cooking enthusiasts Dr. Ellen Bass and Sophia Khan. They're also the co-authors of Students Go Gourmet cookbook. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to be here.
Before we start cooking, tell me a little bit about the idea behind the cookbook.
Well, Auntie's always been the inspirational gourmet cook in the family, and during senior year of college, I was cooking a lot with friends, but I was finding all the recipes were so high maintenance, they had a million ingredients,
Sure.
You didn't have them in your pantry readily, so I said there's got to be another way. And I called Auntie up and I said, Auntie, let's write a cookbook for students that's gourmet, so it has their budgets, their time constraints in mind, and everything's really simple and easy, and 2 of the recipes here today are from the cookbook.
What a great idea for someone going off to college.
Or
like
grad
that.
school.
Even
Grad students
school,
are
sure.
bored and busy too, you know?
All right, so let's get started. What are we going to make first?
So first we have our New Orleans spicy white bean and garlic dip. And actually, we are donating a portion of proceeds to New Orleans charities. So there's a New Orleans themed recipe in each chapter, and this one is from our Late Night Bites chapter. And it's got white beans in it.
Okay.
And beans are great for vegetarians. They're high in protein, they're high in fiber. So if you're not getting the protein from meat, it's great to do this. You can make this in your dorm room. Look at how great this tiny little guy is. And we've got some garlic paste. It's one of our favorite ingredients. We reuse it in a ton of recipes. It's a lot easier than chopping up garlic. It comes in a tube. You can find it at most grocery stores.
Oh, I've never worked with it.
Normally we use cayenne pepper, but this is a little bit of Cajun Creole seasoning for New Orleans.
Fitting.
Cayenne also works, but we thought it would be fun to do this today.
I'd use a little less of the cayenne, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use
Yeah,
a 1/4
it's so
teaspoon or
potent.
it gives a kick.
Got it.
Yeah. And there's some salt already in the Cajun seasoning. If there isn't, you can add a tiny pinch of salt. And this is just some olive oil. So it's really low fat.
It seems
and
fairly healthy, right?
It is.
Healthy,
it's so
yes.
light. And you can pair it with some delicious corn chips. And Auntie's just going to do this because she loves doing the,
The blending?
zhuzh part.
So
Yeah.
we just give it a zhuzh. I won't do the whole thing, but until it's blended, and then it
so
looks
easy.
like
And
this.
then
It
it's
only
all
takes about
set.
a minute, and absolutely delicious. And you can serve it with any kind of chip that you want, but we thought it would
Pita.
be fun to do some. You could do it with pita chips. Fun to do with some blue chips
Looks
that are
good.
whole
Great
grain.
little appetizer.
And this is another easy appetizer. It's from our finger food section, which is all appetizers. You've got little pumpernickel slices and then some smoked salmon. Smoked salmon is great. It's brain healthy and heart healthy, which Auntie taught me, Dr. Bass. Because of the omega-3.
Okay.
So it's a good fat to have. It's really healthy for you. And you can use low-fat sour cream if you want, or regular sour cream. It's just a dollop with some lemon juice.
Oh, okay.
And capers, and for a little extra heat, some wasabi.
Ooh, I like that.
And you just put it right on top.
And I love the serving tray. Adorable.
Yes.
It's really
Yes,
cute.
She's a genius with this stuff.
Yeah,
any party. She's just,
Yeah, I definitely recommend, depending on what kind of party you're having, to go out to a party supply store and get something fun.
Yeah, they're
And you
fairly
can use
inexpensive,
them.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And definitely conversation pieces.
Yes. All right.
So we love, for our foods, we love to put superfoods in everything, and we love to have secret ingredients.
Okay.
And we have another superfood. So we've already had a couple superfoods, our beans and our salmon, and now we've got oysters, which are an amazing superfood. So these are, actually, we have oysters po' boy sandwiches that are on a big hoagie in our cookbook. But this I made sliders, because usually with something like going to a party that's
Sure,
for
you
a game.
want bite-sized stuff, right?
Yeah, bite-sized things.
Snackables.
People are walking around and wandering around. So we've got the oysters here, which are just fried in oil, very high heat, very quickly. So you really don't
Getting all
have
that
as much
extra fat.
Exactly. And oysters are also high in omega-3s, and they're high in protein. And one of the things that they're, I think, most known for probably is the fact that they're loaded with zinc.
Yes.
I thought they were an
Which-
aphrodisiac.
Ladies, that
the-
is exactly what makes it. So, ladies and
And it's
gentlemen,
zinc,
it's great
yes.
for male health.
Got it.
Great
So
for
anything-
Valentine's Day or the big game day.
And this is such a Cajun tradition, the po'
Yes,
boys, especially
yes.
fried oysters,
Absolutely. And if you want a lighter version, we have an oyster right on top of a little piece of endive
Oh, if you're
here.
watching
So
Cars.
if somebody
That's
wants,
great.
exactly. And this actually is a new dish that we just made up, we just created. And actually for this particular segment here.
Sure, it looks great.
It's a New Orleans chile con queso.
Okay.
So
How'd you
it's
make it
got a
New Orleans
Mexican-
style?
Well, New Orleans style, we've got some Cajun spices in there.
Ah, okay.
And we've got some refried beans. We've got ground beef. And then we use a nice melting cheese. You can either make a Mornay sauce and put it in there, or you can use a melting cheese like Velveeta. And we also have a couple more superfoods. We've got cinnamon and cumin spices
There's
that we
cinnamon in
love
this?
to use.
Yes.
Oh.
I always put cinnamon
Secret
when I use
ingredients.
ground beef. Fabulous. And these are both also fantastically full of antioxidants and very healthy for you.
All right, you guys
and this will be a crowd favorite.
It certainly
Promise.
will be. You guys talk about stocking the pantry with foods that you can easily use. What are some of the items we should have on hand?
So unexpectedly, fig spread. It's sort of like
spread.
it's like a fig jam preserve kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
We use it in probably 5, 6, 7 of our recipes. We have a fig and gorgonzola bites recipe. So you literally take baguette slices, toast them, put some fig jam over them, and then a little bit of gorgonzola with some butter, and you throw it in the oven. And it's this amazing savory sweet combination. We use it in pizza.
Great.
We use it
I
in
would never
pasta.
thought of that.
Yeah.
That's a little sweetness
Fabulous.
to it, right?
Yes.
And I know you mentioned that some of the proceeds were going to New Orleans charities.
Yes.
That's with the cookbook?
Yes, so there are 2 charities in New Orleans, Reconcile and Desire Street Ministries.
Yes.
Great. Where can we find your book?
Amazon.com.
Amazon,
just about anywhere, huh?
BarnesandNoble.com,
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble down the street.
Yes.
Very good. What's in the works for you two? A sequel, perhaps?
Vegetarian book.
Vegetarian's
actually,
next.
yeah.
We're already working on it. Yes.
And we have some experimental blogs where we post some recipes. We have a YouTube channel where we just have fun in the kitchen together.
I love that.
And the book comes with an instructional DVD. So for some of the more difficult things like poaching an egg, or for our New Orleans Eggs Benedict.
Step-by-step instructions. huh?
Exactly.
All right, ladies, we're going to try this at the end of the show. All the
Awesome.
recipes are at WTNH.com. Thanks so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having
you.
us.
All right, coming up next, we'll give you a preview to the News 8 and New Haven Independence live forum after the Sandy Hook tragedy. A search for answers. That's when Connecticut Style returns. Don't go anywhere.